This week's free Epic Games were actually so good. One gave me a full fantasy adventure with customizable animal warriors, and the other one straight up unlocked childhood memories. Let's do it. What's up guys, and welcome back to Freebie Friday. Every week Epic Games drops new games. I download them, play them, and let you know if they're actually worth your time. And honestly, this week was way better than last week. We've got a fantasy strategy adventure and one of the best Telltale games made of all time. Alright, first up is Sunderfolk, and right away, this game surprised me. The first thing I loved was that the game actually lets you choose your squad. You're not stuck with some preset group of heroes with names you don't care about. You get to pick your animal warriors, customize your team a little bit, and make the adventure feel more personal. And honestly, that made me even more invested. The game takes place in this village called Arden, where everybody depends on this magical life tree that gives the village food, water, and basically keeps everything alive. But of course, something evil shows up. These creatures start attacking the village, and your squad gets thrown right in the middle of the chaos. And during the attack, one of the monsters damages the life tree itself, which basically kicks off the entire adventure. What makes the game interesting is how it handles combat. It's a turn-based strategy system where positioning, movement, and managing your abilities actually matters. You're using action points to move around the battlefield, attack enemies, and coordinate with your squad. So instead of just button mashing, you actually have to think a little bit ahead. The game narrates itself, and listen, maybe I'm lazy, but after playing games where I have to read 6 business days worth of dialogue boxes, having the story fully narrated was amazing. The game honestly feels like a fantasy tabletop campaign mixed with strategy RPG, and I could definitely see this being really fun with friends. Overall, I surprisingly really enjoyed this. If you like fantasy games, turn-based combat, or story-driven adventures, this is definitely right up your alley. And the narration alone made it way easier to stay invested. Definitely one of the better Freebie Friday games that we've gotten recently. Now this was a real nostalgia trip. Batman the Telltale Series, and not just one game, but both games were free, which is honestly kind of insane. I used to play this on my iPod Touch years ago, so booting this back up felt like unlocking a childhood memory. If you've never played a Telltale game before, they're basically interactive story games where every decision you make changes how the story unfolds. You choose the dialogue options, decide who to trust, how to handle situations, and sometimes your decisions come back to haunt you later. Telltale games are really good at making you panic over simple choices. Like someone asks you one question, and suddenly you're sitting there for 20 seconds debating your entire moral code. When I played, I stopped a robbery, fought Catwoman, flirted with Vicky Vale, and told Carmen Falcone to take a hike. And the cool part is, all these movements shape your version of Batman. You can play him more aggressive, more calm, more brutal, or try to be the good guy. And that's why these games are so replayable. Plus, the storytelling is just incredible. Telltale somehow made conversations feel just as intense as the action scenes. And honestly, Telltale games are just built different. Games like The Walking Dead, Wolf Among Us, and Batman all have this style that just pulls you in immediately. And replaying Batman reminded me why people love these games so much. If you like story games at all, you need to grab this, especially for free. This is easily one of the best Freebie Friday deals ever. So overall, this week was a huge step up. Sunderfolk surprised me, and Batman absolutely carried the nostalgia. If you guys are downloading one of the games this week, Batman is a 100% must play. But you let me know in the comments which game you would play first. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and as always, I'm an Epic Games partner, so if you're buying anything from the Fortnite item shop or the Epic Games store, make sure to use my supporter creator code Carter with a K, as it helps support the channel. Appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you all in the next one.